If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. It is The Conway Show. All right, ding-dong, everybody. We have a fairly unusual, or I should say very unusual, set of circumstances that have happened here at iHeartMedia. And without going into great detail, because I don't know a lot of the details yet, and some of the details that I do know, I don't know what I can say on the air. So all I can tell you is at 5:08 p.m. or starting at 5 p.m., the Los Angeles Dodgers will be on KFI. And you'll be listening to every single pitch instead of me, talking about, the latest crime, how's the weather, and then looking at the game the entire show. Now you're going to be listening to the Dodgers right here on KFI, and it'll seem like old times. The Dodgers used to be on KFI back in the 60s and 70s. Wasn't that right, Croge? I think they were.
Old is new.
Yeah. So the Dodgers are coming home, which means I think they're going to win.
All right.
Because they're on KFI.
They almost kind of have to now, right?
Right. You're on the more powerful station. I'm not saying the higher rated. Well, yeah, maybe. Okay. But they're going to be on the premier talk station in the country.
Yeah.
And they're going to be on KFI at 5 p.m. And then we'll be on stream or something. I don't know.
We're working on the technical aspects of hopefully continuing our show on the stream. It's all okay. We literally have an hour to go to try to make this happen.
I see.
But the game, the Dodger game, will be on AM 570 on the iHeart app, as well as being heard on KFI if on the radio.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we don't know where we're going to be yet, though.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So we might be on the air. We might be off the air.
We are right now, though.
But if we're on streaming only, there's no FCC rules.
Oh my God!
There's just in-house standards and practices. We know how loose those are.
Whatever.
So I don't know whether we're going to have traffic. Angel, I don't know what you'll be doing at 5 o'clock. Maybe you'll be doing nothing. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But it's exciting. It's different, and we don't know whether we're going to be on. We know that the Dodgers are going to be on KFI starting at 5 p.m. So spread the word. This might be your last opportunity to hear the Dodgers on KFI. It may never happen again. It's an unusual set of circumstances that made this happen today, and it may never happen again. So on social media, spread the word. Dodgers Game 5 is going to be right here on KFI AM 640.
Hey, now.
Now, and when I originally heard it, when I came in and Bellio said, hey, we're going to be broadcasting the Dodger game, I thought for a split second, it's going to be me and Rick Monday calling the game. And I thought, man, I got to get prepared for this.
And you need to get over to New York?
No, I thought I could do it from here.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Because a lot of these games, like football games, the guys don't go to the different states and broadcast. They broadcast here.
That's true. And from your interview with him just a few days ago, Monday loves you.
That's right. So Rick and I back together doing games again. Well, I guess not again, but doing games, right? But so I thought just for a split second, it'd be myself and Rick Monday calling the game.
Oh, my God. I'd so listen to that any day of the week. Oh, my God. Bring that on, man.
I don't know if you watched last night's game, Croge, but and when they went after Mookie Betts, I'll tell you, I think the reason why Dodger fans are pissed today, it's not because New York fans got out of control. I think everybody who's been to a game has gotten out of control at some point. You regret what you did the next day. I give them a pass on that.
Except they don't regret it.
Yeah, maybe they don't. But I think a lot of people that do, you go and you drink and you say something or do something, you get thrown. I've been thrown out of arenas before.
Have you really?
Yeah, I was almost thrown out of a King game a year ago with my daughter.
A year ago?
1 year ago I think today. I think it's this month, a year ago.
What is wrong with you?
We were going down the escalator. There's the escalator all the way from the nosebleed down to the street level.
Oh, yeah.
and I was carrying a bag of Wetzel's pretzels.
All right.
And in one hand I had napkins, the other hand I had a bag.
There you go.
And I got on the escalator and I slipped a little. And I went to grab the railing and 40 napkins rained all over everybody down the ground. Security, season seat holders, everybody. And when I got down to the bottom, the guy says, "You're picking every one of those napkins up or you're out of here." And I said, "I did it accidentally." He says, "It doesn't look like you did it accidentally. It looks like you did it on purpose." I said, "I'm here with my daughter. Why would I do it on purpose?" I got into a little argument with him. I picked up every napkin so I could stay in the game. But, man, wow. I almost got kicked out. And they would have thrown my daughter out, too. Get out. You're with him? Out. Get out. But I think we all took it personally last night because it was Mookie Betts. If it was Will Smith, if it was Kike Hernandez, if it was, I don't know, whoever. Name the 900 guys on the Dodgers. If it was, it doesn't matter. If it was, Freddie Freeman, Muncy, any of these guys, then I think it would have been different. But because it's Mookie Betts, and I think if it was Freddie Freeman, we'd also had the same reaction. Those are the two guys who we consider family. And we think that those guys are family. Those guys are, perfect human beings, the most likable guys, the most charitable guys. And when you screw around with Mookie Betts or Freddie Freeman, that means that you screwed around with us. That's what got us pissed.
Yeah, Mookie's got a special thing going on with LA and the fans.
He does. Yeah. And so does Freddie Freeman.
Yes.
And you screw around with either those two guys and people get crazy. Crazy. But, you do it to, I don't know, any of the pitchers or Hanson or any of these guys, coming out of the bullpen. Be like, who cares? Who cares? But because it's Freddie Freeman or Mookie Betts, that's where we draw the line. That's where we draw the line. All right, so if you're just tuning in, there was a problem here at iHeartMedia, a problem that I think they've solved. But the Los Angeles Dodgers will be broadcast on AM 570 LA Sports, but also on KFI because we have a stronger signal here than they do. They've reduced power over at 570 AM, and I can't go into the details on why or how it happened or, who did it or whatever. But I can tell you in 47 minutes, the Los Angeles Dodgers will be back on KFI.
This is not a joke, by the way.
It's not. It's
so easy for people to say, "Oh, this is bullcrap." Nope, This is real.
You'll find out how real it is in 47 minutes when we're not on the air and the Dodgers are on the air. So the Dodgers, KFI tonight on KFI AM 640. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got some more Dodger news for you. We had an earthquake up in Oregon, and then we have a very high official, upper echelon of LAUSD to talk about a program that I was unaware of, but is something unbelievable that LAUSD is doing. I'm a product of LAUSD. I went to Encino Elementary, Portola Junior High, and then Birmingham High School. And so I went through LAUSD. I know the ins and outs of LAUSD. I know people that work there. I know teachers. I know teacher assistants. I know some of the faculty. But one of the people who run a very special program with LAUSD is going to be on with us in this hour. And I urge you to listen to it because it's a really, really big deal. She's doing unbelievable work with the kids here in Los Angeles.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
We are moving aside at 5 p.m. for the LA Dodgers. They're coming on our station. We've been nice enough to let them borrow our station for tonight's game. So tonight, the Los Angeles Dodgers, New York Yankees, Game 5 out of New York will be broadcast right here on KFI. Now, you can also win $1,000. Big day here on KFI. Here's how you do it.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. GRAND. That's GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Enter it now at KFIAM640.com/cash. Powered by Sweet James Accident Attorneys. If you're hurt in an accident, winning is everything. Call the winning attorneys at Sweet James. 1-800-9-MILLION. That's 1-800-9-MILLION or sweetjames.com.
There you go. KFIAM640.com/cash. Keyword GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. GRAND. Now, if I think we're going to be on the stream, on the KFI stream. We're not going to broadcast the Dodger game on the stream. Myself, Crozier, Angel, Stefouche, and Bellio, all on the stream.
We're trying.
Starting at 5 p.m. Yep. That may or may not happen. But you have to download the app to get the stream. You have to download the iHeartRadio app and then hit the stream find KFI and hit the stream.
You know, I've had a rental car for about a week now.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, it's so special. But the rental car does not have the HD radio. So I've been using the app in my rental car, which I don't generally use the app because either I'm here or, I have it in my car with the HD. So it's a totally different experience listening to the app in my car. And it's always a good thing just to have in there, if for no other reason than that. If you got a rental car or something like that, because not all rental cars have HD radios, as I found out.
I'm old school. The last 2 nights, I have to listen to Rick Monday call the game. I don't mind TV, but it's too neutral for me. Yeah. I need homers. And even though they're not, I consider them my guys. So I drove out to Valencia for the last 2 nights just to listen to the game on the way out there. I don't care if I'm caught in traffic. And I'm an old school idiot because I'm listening at 5:70 a.m. and I pass power poles and I got to speed up because I can't. It's interference. Right. And if I don't go into underpasses if like an important play is going on. And then if I'm sitting in parking lot, I got to find the perfect place in the parking lot where I get the signal. Old school. That is a drawback with HD radio as well because you'll lose a signal in it with HD. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's very much like but because it's digital, it doesn't get scratchy. It's just gone.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so the Dodgers, the Los Angeles Dodgers playing the Yankees on KFI tonight at 5 p.m. I think we'll be on the stream. I can't guarantee that, but that's what it looks like.
Working our asses off tonight.
All right. Working our asses off. The Dodgers, they're going to play Game 5 tonight on KFI. All right. Let's talk about Rob Gronkowski. He is in college, friends with the guy who interfered with the Mookie Betts catch. Let's find out what his connection is to this chap who got his ass thrown out of the stadium. And the Yankees said, no, we want him back. And they offered him 2 free seats. And Major League Baseball said he's not coming back. He knew the rules. He knew the boundaries. Mahalo. You're not coming back. And Major League Baseball said no. He's not coming into the stadium. He can watch outside if he likes. He's not coming in. So let's find out what Rob Gronkowski used to play with the Bostons. Played with the New England Patriots.
1 year with Tampa or 2? One of these.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he went to Tampa as well. Yeah, but he's got a boatload of rings as well. And now he's on. I think he's on Fox on their pregame, postgame, and halftime show on Sunday. He's great. I love that dude. Let's find out what his connection is with the guy who interfered with Mookie Betts.
This is actually the first time I'm seeing this live. Okay. And here's a little fun fact. That guy right there grabbing Mookie Betts' glove
Don't tell me you know
was
him.
my friend in college.
Gronk, stop it right now.
He was on the ice hockey team, the club, Arizona Wildcats team, ice hockey team. And let me tell you, the whole hockey team, they were absolute maniacs. They were undescribable just how wild animals, yes, how wild these guys were. Him doing that represents him very well. I mean, he is all in for his teams. He is all in for the...
You got to respect that as much as you hate him doing it to Mookie Betts. He's a real fan. He's a real fan. He's got season seats down there. He's protecting his area. He's the king of that corner. I have a little respect for that, but what I don't have respect for is anybody touching Mookie Betts. That's our Mookie Betts.
For the Yankees, I remember him talking about the Yankees all the time, how he loves them so much. And that describes him perfectly, just doing whatever it takes to help his team out. But
I can't believe that Rob Gronkowski is friends with this guy. The odds of that.
He's a beauty. Okay, he is a beauty. Okay, and I just want to say congratulations.
Congratulations!
For shining when your moment came.
Okay, we're not talking any football today. I need to re-cue the tape. Gronk, we can call him a beauty, is what you just said. Will you tell me that you're telling me this is okay?
No, I'm not saying it's okay.
Well, now I want you to tell me what you think of what your friend did.
No, I'm not. I mean, I haven't talked to him in a while. I mean, That whole group.
Walk it back. Walk it back.
They were maniacs. Yeah.
I mean, if Gronk's calling you a maniac, that's about all you need to know.
They were fun. That's for sure. He's a fun dude.
Gronk, this is unhinged behavior.
It is unacceptable, definitely, in the world of sports. But when you're that big of a fan, that's what fans do. I mean, whenever they have an opportunity to do that. And I read
those are real. Those are like Raiders fans. Get dressed up before the game, and you got to respect that. And I always wondered, does the guy put that face paint on the way to the game? He drives the game like that with the big shoulders and the big skeletons on his shoulders. I don't know.
Got to duck down to get in the door.
Yeah, or does he do it in the parking lot? I don't know. It's odd.
He got interviewed by ESPN. I read it this morning. He said him and his friend talked about it every single time they were at a Yankees game. What would they do if that situation occurred? And he said they would do it again, and that's what they would do. They would stand up and protect the D. That's what he said. That's what he said. So,
they could have ripped Mookie's arm off.
I think it's truly unacceptable. I mean, that act of behavior, but I mean,
the fact that you know him, that must have been Lath right next to him. I mean, I don't know. That guy's going to need a stand-in or something. They got kicked out. They're allowed back in. This is about the craziest thing I've ever seen. Of course, you know this guy.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
I heard that they were banned from Game 5, so maybe they're allowed on the ground somehow. But I had heard, I thought I had read that they were banned from Game 5.
Well, I heard that the Yankees won him back because they, weirdly consider him a good luck charm. And then Major League Baseball, when the World Series happens, Major League Baseball takes over both stadiums and they run the show. And Major League Baseball said, no. That guy's not coming back.
And I guess he was a season pass holder.
Yeah, season seat holder. Yeah. Ding dong with that guy. All right, we come back. We'll talk about LAUSD, an unbelievable story. And this woman, Denise Miranda, I can't believe what she does for LAUSD. I've never heard of this before, but helps these kids out in a way that is unequaled. Never heard it before, and you're going to love this story when we come back. The Dodgers will be on KFI tonight at 5 p.m. That's not a joke. The Dodgers will be on KFI tonight, the stronger signal. We've had a problem with the other signal with AM 570 LA Sports. So they're going to be on KFI tonight starting at 5 p.m.
KFI saves the day.
That's right. Ding dong. I wonder if we charge them for that. What if there's a money exchanging hands? And I wonder if we get paid. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Big news here at KFI. The LA Dodgers are taking over at 5 p.m. We're going to be leaving the KFI studio and going on to streaming only. So download the app and we'll be on stream only. KFI will be on 6:40 a.m. over the airwaves, and then we'll be on stream. But the nice thing is there's no FCC rules when it comes to streaming. So a little more leeway tonight between 5 and 7 p.m. All right. So Dodgers tonight, 5 p.m. right here on KFI. That's about a less than a half hour away. We have a very special person here from LAUSD. Her name is Denise Miranda. Welcome to KFI. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
You run the homeless, is it outreach program? Homeless Education Office. And I read an article. I don't know where I found this, but somebody sent me an article, and I couldn't believe this. And I went through LAUSD. I went to Encino Elementary, Portola Junior High, and then Birmingham High School. And I felt like I was in a prison for 12 years for a murder I didn't commit. But that's old LAUSD.
That is old LAUSD.
Old school, that's right. But the new LAUSD has some challenges, and you're so beautiful to take care of a lot of this. I didn't realize it. There's 17,000 students at LAUSD who are experiencing homelessness.
Yes. Last year, over 17,000 families identified themselves as experiencing homelessness.
Oh, my God. You know, when I was growing up, my mom and dad were always home. The electricity was never shut off. We always had something to eat. But and I found it tough to wake up and go to school every day. I can't imagine if you're homeless or experiencing somewhat, some level of homelessness, and getting up to school and going to school every day.
Right.
I don't know how they do that.
Right. And a lot of our students who are experiencing homelessness are also moving every night, and they also face food insecurity.
Right.
They suffer from trauma from whatever led their family to that particular, housing situation. And so, yeah, it's
tough.
difficult.
And then and another thing, you told me this off the air, there are 10,000 students who are in foster care.
Yes.
And they got to get up and, every morning at 6:30, get themselves ready and go to school. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. We have some amazing counselors and support staff. Obviously, the leadership at the school sites, the teachers, the counselors, the nurses, the bus drivers. It really is a team effort to ensure that all of our students show up every day.
And then you're doing something I've never seen before, and I don't know if it's happening at any other school system in America, but you have 5 different boutiques that have clothes and accessories for kids who need it, and you give them to them for free. They're all donations, and you have 5 boutiques where a kid can come in, no questions asked, I believe, and they can get clothes and equipment and accessories for schools.
Right. So we just had our grand opening. We have 5 clothing boutiques for students experiencing homelessness. And we wanted to ensure that our students came to school, and clothing and shoes actually is one of the barriers to attending school. So we were able to utilize our funding this last year and open 5 clothing boutiques. Students come in and have a shopping experience. I'm a bit of a shopaholic.
Good for you.
My mom will tell you that. And so we wanted to provide that opportunity to our students so they can come in and get clothes all year. We have seasonal clothing, summer, winter, spring, and fall, as well as shoes, undergarments, anything that they would need to feel comfortable.
And who qualifies?
Any student who has a current student housing questionnaire on file. They have to have been identified as a student experiencing homelessness.
Okay. And you operate on grants and donations?
We receive federal dollars and donations as well.
Okay. And you must be relieved when those are okayed and approved.
Absolutely.
Because if not, you go out of business.
Right. Well, we always have partnerships and donors. So.
Oh, good. Now, do you accept monetary donations?
We do. We accept monetary donations and new or even gently used clothes. Obviously, we prefer new clothes, but if they're gently used, we would definitely have our students partake in those donations.
And those kids must feel like $1 million to come in there and get all new clothes. It makes because I know kids are very sensitive about going to school and looking and fitting in and looking good at that age.
Right. The purpose really was to make sure that students feel good about themselves, have the ability to have clothes that are new, clean, and appropriate for whatever age group we're serving. And we provide services for students in universal transition kindergarten all the way through 12th grade.
Okay, and there's 5 different boutiques.
Yes.
And what are they open during the day, weekends?
They're open during the day. So families, if they're in need of clothing for their students, they can connect with any of our counselors as our part of our department, student support programs. And a referral can be made, and students can go with their counselors to shop. Or counselors we have a drive up where counselors can place the order, drive up to the boutique and receive the clothing. So
that is so great.
A few options.
All right. So can I give the phone number out if people want to donate?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me make sure I have it right here. 213-202-7581.
That's correct.
Okay. If you want to donate, these are kids that are experiencing homelessness or they're in foster care, and yet they still get up in the morning, they go to school, they want a better life for themselves. And I can't imagine how difficult that is every day. It's raining outside. You've slept all night in a car or behind a building or in a tent, and you got to get up and get to school before that bell rings. And your mom and your dad, whoever's with you, they're embarrassed. They feel horrible, and it's just a very bad situation. And Denise, I'm glad you're making this better for everybody. So if anybody wants to donate to LAUSD and help these boutiques, fill them with clothes and purses and shoes and whatever the kids need, please call 202-7581. And if you can donate, that would be great. I hope that you come back, and I hope to have a long relationship as long as you're there. Please, any kind of fundraising you're doing or anything, you can always come in. That door is always open for you.
Thank you so much.
Really
we appreciate it.
You are doing more in a day than most people do in a lifetime to help these kids.
Thank you.
You really are. And please come back.
Oh, well. I
Okay.
will.
All right. Denise Miranda, this is unbelievable. She is the director of the Student Support Program at LAUSD, and they're helping these kids out. And so, again, with the phone number, 213-202-7581. Thank you again. All right. At 5 o'clock tonight, the Dodgers take over. We'll come back and explain how that'll happen and where we'll be on the stream.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
We're going to be stepping aside at 5 p.m. for the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're going to be back here on KFI. So we're going to be at 5 o'clock, from 5 o'clock until whenever Dodger talk is done. And last night, I don't think it ended until about 11 o'clock. And so if you put the math together, this is horrible news for Mo Kelly. Mo Kelly has put together an unbelievable party upstairs, Halloween party, costumes, food, drinks, the whole run. And he was going to do a 3-hour show on the air with that big party. And now it's going to be the Dodgers.
What time have the games kind of roughly been ending? Would you say 8?
No,
8:30?
I would say, yeah, 8:39.
Okay.
And then it's post game.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to carry over here or not. I think that's because we're so occupied with taking care of this part done.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I don't even know that that's been a discussion yet as far as post game being on.
All right.
So it may be as soon as it's done, boom, switch over to Kelly live in progress upstairs at his party.
Okay. And then it'll be different, though, depending on whether they win or lose as well.
Yes, that's right.
So it's complicated, but there's a lot of energy in this building.
It is.
A lot of energy. A lot of first time.
And you and I are in agreement because you said it earlier. It's like, this is the stuff we love.
That's right. Yeah. It's like, there's a lot of people running around trying to figure out how to do this. There's no plan for it.
I was talking to the APD, Assistant Program Director for KLAC, Brian Blackmore, and he was saying, of course, the Dodgers will absolutely win tonight because that's just Murphy's Law.
Right, yeah.
They've been waiting all year, playing all the games on KLAC, and they still will, but it's also going to be on KFI.
That's right. But you know what's great for people? If you're driving, it's Wednesday night. If you're driving to Vegas or to San Diego, San Francisco, whatever, you'll be able to hear the Dodgers on KFI for as long as you're driving because the station at night is so powerful. So maybe 5:70 a.m. didn't come in your area. 6:40 will. It will. And it's going to be wild tonight. We've been getting some email on asking people. People have been asking me, please repeat the phone number for the 5 boutiques that raise money and clothes for the homeless kids and the kids experiencing foster care with LAUSD. There are 17,000 kids in LAUSD that have some type of homelessness, whether they're living in a motel, a hotel, a car, a tent, on the back of a restaurant, in an apartment with 9 people, and they have 5 boutiques where the kids can go in and get clothes for free, and they can look great, they can feel better about themselves. There are 10,000 kids at LAUSD, 10,000. It would fill half of Staples up or Crypto up with kids in foster care. Kids that are no longer with their parents for whatever reason and are experiencing foster care, and yet they still have to get up every morning, 6:30, get dressed, get ready, take a bus, go to school, concentrate on school, and come home to an unconventional lifestyle. And Denise Miranda and her whole crew, I think she has 300-400 people working with her. They've opened these 5 boutiques where these kids can go in, and it looks like a clothing store, like the Gap or Miller's Outpost, and they can pick up clothes for free and feel better about themselves. I can't imagine anybody in LA doing better work than that, more important work than that. I'd like the names of those people. And I don't think there are a long list of them. So the phone number, if you want to donate to LAUSD to help these kids out, 213-202-7581. It might be busy because there are probably some people calling, but I went through LAUSD in a different time back in the 70s, and it was a different school system now. Now they have a lot more challenges than they did back then, and so it's up to us to help these kids out. All right, we're going to be again stepping aside for the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're going to be right here on KFI. We'll be on the stream, so you got to download the app, the iHeartRadio app, and punch in KFI. We'll be on the KFI stream. The Dodgers will be on the KFI airwaves, and it's going to be a interesting idea. We'll see how, and you want to tune in just to see if there's how crazy the transfer is and how wild the night goes. But you're going to be listening to the Dodger radio network right here on KFI. And I think there's like 20 or 25 stations that carry the Dodgers. And tonight, KFI will be one of them. So we're going to step aside for the Dodgers at around 5:06, 5:07, and then we'll be going right to stream. So we'll be on stream if you want to listen to that, or if you want to listen to Dodgers, we encourage you to stay right here on KFI AM 640. It's Conway Show. Dodgers up next, right here on KFI AM 640. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.